The underground parking garage smells like concrete and gasoline. Neon lights flicker overhead, casting harsh shadows across Marcus Chen's face as he leans against his silver sports car. He wears a charcoal suit with a jacket unbuttoned, white shirt wrinkled at the collar. His tie hangs loose like he's been pulling at it all day. Across from him stands Zara Mitchell, arms crossed over a faded denim jacket. Beneath it, she wears a black tank top and ripped jeans, scuffed boots completing the look. Her dark hair is pulled back tight, revealing tired eyes that have seen too much for 26. "You're insane," she says, voice echoing off the concrete walls. Marcus pulls an envelope from his inner pocket. 10,000. Cash. Tonight. Zara's jaw tightens. She needs that money. Her brother's hospital bills are drowning her, and the collector stopped being polite 3 weeks ago. "Why me?" she asks. "Because you're a bartender at my family's club. You already know the players. And because you don't look like you need saving." The fluorescent lights buzz. Somewhere above them, the city moves on, indifferent. "Your family reunion," Zara says slowly. "The one where you're supposed to introduce your fiancée. Except she doesn't exist. Then make someone up." Marcus steps closer. The garage suddenly feels smaller. "My grandmother is dying. She wants to meet the woman I'm marrying before she goes. I told her I found someone months ago. I lied." Zara studies his face. Behind the expensive suit and the arrogance, she sees something familiar. Desperation wearing a mask. One night, Marcus continues. "We show up. We smile. We leave. You get paid. I get peace. And when she dies, when your family asks where I went," his expression hardens. "I'll handle it." Zara reaches for the envelope. Marcus pulls it back. "There's a condition." "Of course there is. You have to make them believe it. My cousin, she'll know if you're faking. She'll tear you apart just to watch me bleed." The neon light above them flickers 3 times, then dies completely. They stand in near darkness, only the distant glow of the exit sign illuminating their faces. "Who hurt you so badly," Zara whispers, "that you'd rather lie to a dying woman than admit you're alone?" Marcus doesn't answer. Instead, he places the envelope in her hand. "Black dress. Formal. I'll pick you up at 7 tomorrow." He turns toward his car. Zara stares at the envelope, feeling its weight. "Marcus." He stops but doesn't turn around. "What's your cousin's name?" A pause. Then, quiet as a confession, "Victoria. And she's the one I was supposed to marry." The estate sits on a hillside overlooking the ocean. White marble columns rise against the twilight sky, and inside, crystal chandeliers cast golden light across polished floors. Classical music drifts through halls lined with oil paintings of stern-faced ancestors. Zara steps out of Marcus's car, wearing a midnight blue velvet dress that clings to her frame before flowing to the floor. It has long sleeves and a high neckline, elegant and understated. Her hair falls in loose waves over one shoulder. She borrowed the dress from a friend who works fashion shows, and it smells faintly of expensive perfume that isn't hers. Marcus adjusts his black tuxedo, diamond cufflinks catching the light. His bow tie is perfectly straight now, his expression carved from stone. "Remember," he murmurs as they approach the entrance, "we met at the club 6 months ago. You spilled wine on my shirt." "Romantic," Zara deadpants. "My grandmother likes simple stories." The doors open. A butler nods him through. Inside, perhaps 40 people mill about, champagne glasses in hand. Everyone looks expensive. Everyone looks related. And standing near the grand staircase, in a crimson gown that could stop traffic, is Victoria. She's beautiful in the way predators are beautiful. Sharp cheekbones, calculating green eyes, a smile that promises cruelty. When she sees Marcus, something flashes across her face. Hunger. "Cousin," she purrs, gliding toward them. Her dress has a plunging neckline and a slit up the thigh. Diamonds drip from her ears and throat. "You actually brought someone." Marcus's hand finds Zara's lower back. "Victoria, this is Zara. My fiancée." Victoria's eyes scan Zara like she's reading a balance sheet. "Charming. Where did you say you met?" "We didn't." Zara says smoothly. But it was over wine. I ruined his shirt. How clumsy. How expensive, Zara counters, meeting Victoria's gaze without flinching. The air between them crackles. Victoria's smile sharpens. Grandmother is upstairs. Third door on the right. She's been asking for you all evening. Victoria leans closer to Marcus, her voice dropping. I hope she approves. You know how particular she can be about family. Marcus guides Zara toward the staircase. Behind them, Victoria watches, her expression unreadable. The third door opens into a bedroom that smells like lavender and old books. Propped up in a massive four-poster bed is an ancient woman, her skin like paper, her eyes still bright and fierce. Marcus, she whispers. Her voice is stronger than her body suggests. Come here. Marcus approaches, and Zara follows, suddenly aware this is the moment everything could unravel. The old woman studies Zara for a long, terrible moment. Sit, child. Zara sits on the edge of the bed. The grandmother takes her hand. Her grip is surprisingly strong. Tell me true, the old woman says. Do you love him? Zara's throat tightens. She can feel Marcus standing rigid behind her, barely breathing. The grandmother's eyes bore into hers, ancient and knowing. Yes, Zara hears herself say. And the strange thing is, in that moment, she almost believes it. The old woman smiles. Good, because he needs someone who won't break. Then her expression shifts. Hardens. Marcus, leave us. I want to speak with her alone. Marcus hesitates. Grandmother, now. The door closes behind him. Zara is alone with a woman who looks like she can see straight through lies. How much is he paying you? The grandmother asks quietly. Zara's blood turns cold. Silence fills the bedroom like water rising. Outside, faint laughter drifts up from the party below. Inside, Zara feels her carefully constructed facade beginning to crack. The grandmother's grip on her hand doesn't loosen. I asked you a question, child. Zara could lie, should lie. But something in those ancient eyes demands honesty. 10,000, she whispers. The old woman nods slowly, unsurprised. For your brother. Zara's head snaps up. How? I didn't build an empire by being foolish. I had you investigated the moment Marcus mentioned your name. The grandmother's thumb traces across Zara's knuckles. Jaden Mitchell, 23, stage for lymphoma. Medical bills exceeding $200,000. Tears burn behind Zara's eyes, but she refuses to let them fall. Then you know I'm not who he says I am. I know you're exactly who he needs. The old woman releases her hand and leans back against the pillows. My grandson is drowning in guilt and pride. Victoria destroyed him 3 years ago when she chose his brother instead. Then his brother died in that accident, and Victoria came crawling back, expecting Marcus to forgive, to forget, to fall in line. Why are you telling me this? Because you're the first person he's brought here who looks at him like he's human instead of a bank account. The grandmother's eyes gleam. And because I'm dying and I'm tired watching my family tear itself apart over money and status. Footsteps approach outside the door. The grandmother's voice drops to barely a whisper. The money I'm leaving him, Victoria wants it. She'll do anything to get it, including destroying whatever chance at happiness Marcus might have. She grips Zara's wrist with sudden urgency. In my desk downstairs. 3rd drawer. Red envelope. Take it before you leave tonight. I don't understand. The door opens. Victoria glides in, her crimson dress seeming to absorb the lamplight. I hope I'm not interrupting, she says sweetly. The grandmother's expression smooths into neutrality. We were just finishing. Zara, dear, would you give us a moment? Zara rises, legs unsteady. As she passes Victoria in the doorway, the other woman's perfume hits her, expensive and cloying. Careful on the stairs, Victoria murmurs. These old houses can be dangerous. Downstairs, Marcus waits by the fireplace, scotch in hand. His tuxedo jacket is unbuttoned now, and there's a tension in his shoulders that wasn't there before. What did she say? He asks when Zara approaches. She knows. Marcus's glass stops halfway to his lips. Knows what? Everything. Zara glances around, but they're alone in this corner of the vast room, about the arrangement, about my brother, about Victoria. That's impossible. She had me investigated. Marcus sets his glass down hard enough that crystal rings against marble. I should have known. She loves her games. He runs a hand through his hair, messing the perfect styling. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be dragged into this. What happened between you and Victoria? His jaw clenches. That's not part of our deal. Maybe it should be. Before Marcus can respond, a server approaches with a silver tray. Champagne. They each take a glass. The server moves away. Marcus stares into the golden liquid. She was engaged to my younger brother, Aaron. They were planning this massive wedding. Then, 2 weeks before the ceremony, I found her in my apartment, in my bed. Zara's stomach turns. She said she'd made a mistake, that it was always supposed to be me, that Aaron was safe, but I was what she wanted. Marcus's voice is flat, emotionless. I told her to leave, to marry Aaron, to never speak to me again. And Aaron, I never told him. Couldn't break his heart like that. Marcus takes a long drink. 6 months after their wedding, Aaron crashed his car into a bridge. Killed instantly. Victoria inherited everything. You think she... I don't know what I think anymore. Across the room, Victoria descends a staircase, her smile wide and victorious. Behind her, 2 men in suits are carrying something. No, someone. The grandmother, being taken from her room. Victoria catches Zara's eye and winks. Marcus sees it too. His face drains a color. No, she was fine, just tired. But they both know. Everyone knows. The party shifts. Voices drop. Someone calls for a doctor who's already there, already shaking his head. Victoria approaches them, tears streaming down her perfect face. She's gone, she sobs into Marcus's chest. She was talking to me, and then she just stopped. Over Victoria's shoulder, her eyes meet Zara's. And Zara sees it, the absence of grief behind the performance. 3 days after the funeral, Zara stands in the rain outside a lawyer's office downtown. Water streams down the glass building's surface, turning the city into a watercolor blur. She wears the same faded denim jacket, but underneath is a simple black sweater. Her hair is soaked, plastered to her face. She didn't take the envelope from the desk that night. The chaos of the grandmother's death made it impossible. Now she wonders what was inside, what message a dying woman wanted her to find. The lawyer's door opens. Marcus emerges wearing a gray suit, no tie, looking like he hasn't slept in 72 hours. He stops when he sees her. You didn't call, he says. You didn't pay me. Rain hammers the pavement between them. Marcus steps closer, letting the water soak through his expensive suit. The will was read this morning. He says quietly, Grandmother left everything to me. The estate, the company, $400 million. Zara waits. There's a condition. Marcus's voice is hollow. I have to be married within 6 months, or it all goes to Victoria. The words hang in the wet air. That's why she killed her, Zara says. Marcus's eyes snap to hers. What? Your grandmother. Victoria killed her before she could change her mind, change the will. You don't know that. I saw her face, Marcus. There was nothing there. A taxi passes, spraying water across the sidewalk. Neither of them moves. Marry me, Marcus says. Zara laughs, bitter and sharp. For real this time? It's the only way to keep the money from her. The only way to make sure Aaron's death meant something. You're insane. Probably. Marcus pulls something from his pocket. The envelope. Red, just like the grandmother described. I found this in the desk, after everyone left. It's addressed to you. Zara takes it with shaking hands. Inside is a single sheet of paper and a photograph. The photograph shows Victoria and Aaron's car the night of the crash. But the angle is wrong. It's from above, from a security camera. And in the enhanced image, you can see another car, forcing Aaron off the road. Victoria's car. She murdered him. Zara breathes. The letter is in the grandmother's shaky handwriting. Zara, I'm trusting you with this because you have nothing to gain from silence. Show Marcus. Make him see. And if he asks you to stay, consider that some prisons are built from love, not bars. Marcus is reading over her shoulder. His breath comes faster. We take this to the police, Zara says. They'll bury it. Her family has judges, prosecutors, everyone. Marcus's voice breaks. But if we marry, if I get control of the company, I can destroy her from the inside. Cut her off. Make her pay. That's not justice. It's the only kind that works. Zara looks at the photograph again. A young man, barely alive, being run off the road by the woman who was supposed to love him. What are you offering? She asks. Marriage. Real on paper. You get half of everything. Enough to save your brother 100 times over. Enough to never worry again. And you get revenge. I get to sleep at night, knowing she didn't win. The rain begins to ease. Zara's heart pounds against her ribs. There's something you should know, she says quietly. That night at your grandmother's house, when she asked if I loved you. Marcus goes still. I wasn't entirely lying. The words crack something open between them. Marcus steps closer. Close enough that she can see the gold flecks in his brown eyes. Close enough to feel the heat of him against the cold rain. This will ruin your life, he warns. It's already ruined. His hand cups her face, thumb tracing her cheekbone. If we do this, there's no going back. Victoria will come after you, after your brother. She'll burn everything just to watch us suffer. Then we burn her first. Marcus kisses her. It tastes like rain and rage and something dangerously close to hope. When they break apart, Zara sees movement in the lawyer's office window above them. Victoria, watching. And Zara realizes with cold certainty that the other woman has been following them, listening, planning. Marcus sees her too. His entire body tenses. Victoria holds up her phone. Even from this distance, Zara can see she's recording. Then Victoria smiles and types something. Seconds later, Marcus's phone buzzes. The message is simple. I know about the photograph. Come to the estate tonight. Alone. Or I released the hospital records showing Zara's brother isn't sick. That the whole thing was a scam to trap you. Marcus shows Zara the screen. That's not true, Zara whispers. My brother is dying. I know. Then why would she? Because she's going to forge evidence. Make it look true. Destroy your credibility before we can destroy hers. The rain stops completely. The city seems to hold its breath. What do we do? Zara asks. Marcus stares up at Victoria's silhouette. I go tonight. I end this. Not alone. Zara, I said not alone. His hand finds hers. Squeezes once. They have 6 hours until nightfall. The estate looks different at night. The white columns are gray in the darkness, and the windows glow with warm light that feels like a trap. Marcus's car idles at the gates, engine purring. He wears all black, tactical boots instead of dress shoes. Zara sits beside him in dark jeans and a leather jacket, her hair pulled back severe and tight. Last chance, Marcus says. You can still walk away. Zara checks a recording device hidden in her jacket lining. Drive. They pass through the gates. Gravel crunches under the tires. Victoria waits on the front steps wearing a white silk pantsuit that gleams like bone. Her hair is pulled into a sleek ponytail, and she holds a tablet in one hand. Right on time, she calls as they exit the car. I appreciate punctuality. Where's the evidence? Marcus demands. Victoria taps her tablet. Right here. Hospital records showing Jaden Mitchell is in perfect health. Bank transfers proving Zara fabricated the entire illness to extort you. Text messages between her and an accomplice, planning the whole scheme. All fake, Zara says. Can you prove it? Victoria's smile is poisonous. Because I can have this on every news site by midnight. Your reputation will be ash. Your company's stock will crater. And the will's marriage clause requires you to wed someone of good moral character. A con artist doesn't qualify. Marcus's fists clench. What do you want? Everything. You signed the company over to me, voluntarily, tonight. And if I don't, Victoria's finger hovers over the tablet. Then I destroy you both. The night wind picks up, rustling through the manicured gardens. Somewhere in the distance, the ocean crashes against cliffs. There's one thing you didn't account for, Zara says quietly. Victoria's eyes narrow. And what's that? Your confession. Zara pulls out her phone, presses play. Victoria's voice fills the air crystal clear. From 3 days ago, she was talking to me, and then I gave her the injection. Just a little air bubble in the foreline. She didn't even feel it. The recording continues. Victoria laughing, describing how she'd been planning it for months. How the grandmother was getting too suspicious, asking too many questions about Aaron's death. Victoria's face drains white. That's fake. You edited. Your grandmother recorded it. Marcus says, hidden camera in her room. She knew what you were. She just needed proof. The envelope, Zara adds, there was a flash drive. Everything is backed up to 3 different servers. We send one email and the police have it all. Victoria's composure cracks. You're bluffing. Marcus steps forward. Try me. For a long moment, Victoria just stares. Then she lunges, not at them, but toward the stairs. Running. Marcus sprints after her. They crash through the front door into the marble foyer. Victoria grabs a letter opener from a side table, whirls, slashes. The blade catches Marcus's shoulder. Blood blooms across his black shirt. Zara tackles Victoria from behind. They hit the floor hard, the tablet skittering away. Victoria fights like something feral, all nails and teeth and desperate strength. You stupid girl, Victoria hisses. You think you can save him? He's broken. He'll never love you. Not really. Zara pins her wrists. Maybe, but I'd rather have broken honesty than your perfect lies. Sirens wail in the distance, growing closer. Victoria's eyes widen. You called them? Before we even left the city, Marcus says, clutching his bleeding shoulder. They're hearing everything. Police cars flood the driveway, lights painting the white columns red and blue. Victoria starts screaming. They forced me. They broke in. He attacked me. But the officers already have a recording, already have the evidence. As they pull Victoria to her feet, reading her rights, she locks eyes with Zara one last time. He'll hate you for this, she whispers, for turning him into someone who destroys family. Zara doesn't look away. He already was. You made him that. 6 months later, Zara stands in a hospital room that smells like antiseptic and hope. Jaden sits up in bed, color finally returning to his face. The treatments are working. The cancer is in remission. You look different, he says. Happy, maybe. Zara touches the simple silver band on her left hand. Maybe. He treating you right? Most days. And the other days? We fight. We break things. We put them back together. Zara smiles. It's messy. Sounds real. Outside the window, Marcus waits in the parking lot, leaning against his car. He's wearing jeans and a faded t-shirt, and when he sees her emerge, his whole face changes. Zara walks to him. He pulls her close. Jaden's good. Marcus asks, getting better. And you? Zara looks up at him. This man who hired her pretend, who dragged her into darkness, who somehow became the thing she didn't know she needed. Ask me tomorrow, she says. He kisses her forehead. I'll ask you every day, for the rest of our lives. That's a long con, Zara murmurs against his chest. Good thing we're both professionals. They stand there as the sun sets. 2 people who found each other in lies and chose to stay for the truth. The road ahead is uncertain. The scar is still fresh. But for the first time in years, neither of them is running. Victoria is serving 25 years for murder. The company is thriving under Marcus's leadership. And somewhere in the city, in a modest apartment they bought together, their life is being built one honest moment at a time. It's not perfect. It's not simple. But it's theirs. The end.